Okay, we heard several themes from our speakers this morning. Sustainability, technology, partnerships and collaboration, about our historical legacy and our future challenges, especially in meeting the demands of a growing world population. Those are challenges for ports across the planet. So I think we should remember that in terms of remembering the theme of this conference. With that, I would like to open the floor for a few questions. We have about 10 minutes. Hopefully our speakers are hanging around. You have to go, let them have to go, but our other speakers can stay here, so if there's any questions. Yes. And thank you, Lieutenant Governor Rutherford.
Thank you. My name is Jan Fransen from the Green Awards Foundation in the Netherlands. And I have a question for Mr. Fitzgerald. Excellent presentation, by the way. A lot of drive, so very good. In your alternative fuels, I missed nuclear fuel for ships. I hear that nowadays more and more, and I think that's an interesting solution.
I would agree with you in general, but I would give you a one-word answer: cost. We priced it about 15 years ago, and the shipyard gave us a quote of $1 billion per vessel. There's not enough cargo, there's not any cargo on the planet that would justify a return on investment of such a vessel cost. It's just cost right now.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? Yes.
Well, this is probably provocative. Fred Piercy with Taylor Northeast. So what caught my eye there was that the vessel there of the future that would move 12,000 cars in one shipment, okay? So have we ever thought about, instead of moving those 12,000 cars from wherever they're made to the people that apparently are gonna purchase them, why not just make them there, okay, on that continent? In other words, keep the cars there where the people are going to purchase the cars, whether it be in China or Germany or the United States. It'd take a worldwide effort there, and I suppose some corporations wouldn't like that, particularly maybe the shipping corporation. But it's an idea.
It's a good idea, and I will tell you that, first of all, my father always used to say to me when I was a kid, affect what you can affect. I can't affect, as a transportation and logistics provider, where car manufacturers choose to make their products. So we have to adapt to trends and developments just like any other business. What I would say to you is that there was a trend over the last 15 years where the car makers started to go to single source locations for a product and then ship it internationally. That had a little bit of a hiccup with the Fukushima earthquake disaster, where supply chain was impacted, particularly with Japanese manufacturers that would supply parts from Japan to other locations around the planet. So then there was a trend to start to move towards less risk in the supply chain, which gets at what you're talking about. But there's not really a trend to do that alone. So I would tell you right now, back in 1980, 85% of the automobiles that would travel deep sea around the planet came out of Japan. Today that number is about 35%. And there's lots of different reasons which are unique to each manufacturer as to where they choose to manufacture their cars. Mexico is a huge beneficiary of that shift. 10 years ago, less than 2 million cars are made there. Today, 4 million cars are made there. 5 million cars will be made there in another couple of years.
Basically because of the labor cost.
Well, quality, labor cost.
One of the major economic considerations.
To your point, proximity to the market where those cars are going to be sold. Eastern Europe is a beneficiary.
All I'm saying is you're thinking way outside the box of these fuels and all this stuff, okay, and a lot of it isn't proven yet. I'm just saying maybe the governments of the world, okay, that, you know, we're involved with or maybe not involved with, maybe we should look at that concept. Whether it's cars or other items.
I will concede your point.
Thank you. Any other questions? We have time for one more. Yes, sir.
Thank you. My name is Sekou Kola from Nigeria, West Africa. Let me say thanks to the keynote speaker. It was a very well thoroughly researched presentation. I am touched by the information about Asia's contribution to the amount of plastic entering the sea. Is there any knowledge of Asia's own contribution towards the sustainability effort? Because it's obvious now that they are causing more harm to the sea in terms of plastic entering water. What are they doing to stop it or to contribute to sustainability?
Yeah, it's probably not fair for me to speak on behalf of the nation states. I would say that those examples that I used are just that, examples. But the challenge of pollution in the water, in the air, is uniform worldwide, everywhere, including here. But the comparison of where the growth will come and where the predominant challenges are right now, I thought was an important point to make. I will say that China is doing a remarkable job in working to clean up the environment, both in the water and in the air. So, specifically what their actions are, you would have to research that a little bit further. But they've done some things like the Lieutenant Governor has talked about by filtering out some of the garbage in the rivers and trying to work that. In fact, that picture I showed you was a garbage collection point. So things are happening. It's a problem now, and with the economic growth coming predominantly in that region in the next decade, that's why I made the point. But I would say in closing two things. The pollution problem is a worldwide one. It's a collective challenge for all of us, not just Asia. And there are some good things happening in Asia to address the challenges that I highlighted.
Thank you, sir.
You had a follow-up related to that? Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, Jan Fransen, Green Awards Foundation again. I think it's a good question that this gentleman had, and thank you for your comments. And I can underline that because last year we had a delegation from the Chinese government in our office to see how we run a program for cleaning inland barges in Europe. So, and the whole intention was to clean up the Yangtze River. So they're really working very hard on this.
Thank you,
All
sir.
right. Well, that'll end our time for questions. Thank you to all of our speakers this morning. It's very much appreciated for taking the time to be here at the Greenports Conference. And our next session will begin in just a handful of minutes, adapting to climate change right here in this room. So thank you.